Hello everyone, I'm Charles. Welcome to Graphic Design Quick Start. In today's episode, I'll be showing you how to reflect watermark into type in Photoshop. In our previous episode, this is where we stopped at. In today's episode, we will continue and give the reflection this kind of treatment, whereby we're reflecting the watermark into the text. Let me show you how this is done. Let us switch to a starting composition. Go to the layers panel. Here we have these two smart objects linked to the same image. Double click on the deep blue layer to open the smart object. Our smart object is tightly trimmed and we need some wiggle room. To do that, go to Image, Canvas Size, check the relative checkbox, change the width to 20 pixels and the height to 20 pixels also. Click OK. Next, let us apply some layer effect. Click on the deep blue layer to make it active. Go to the bottom of the layers panel. Click on the FX icon. Click on Bevel and Emboss. Change the style to Inner Bevel. Technique to Smooth. Direction down. Give it a size of 15 pixels. Change the depth to 100%. Change the angle to 30 degrees. Also check Use Global Light. Give it an altitude of 30 degrees. Change the gross contour from the default linear to ring. Change the highlight mode opacity to 100%. Don't mind about the shadow mode since it will be black on black. Click OK. Next, let us apply some manual highlights. Press D for default foreground and background colors. Press B for the brush tool. Press X to switch the foreground and background colors. Press Ctrl-Shift-N, Command-Shift-N on a mark to create a new layer. Let us call it Shine. Right-click anywhere inside the document. Change the hardness to 0% and increase the size of the brush to 200 pixels or so. Click anywhere on the text you need the highlights. We need the highlights inside the text and not at the outside. Hold Alt, Option Mark, and create the line between the blue layer and the shine layer. That keeps the highlights inside the text. Next, let us add an interplay of blue and black in the text. Press Ctrl-Shift-N, Command-Shift-N on mark to create a new layer. Call it Crowds. Go to the color panel. Click on HSB sliders. Change the hue to 210. Saturation 100. Go back to the layers panel. Click on the clouds layer to make it active. Go to Filter. Render. Click on Clouds. What the cloud filter does, it applies a fractal noise pattern that is an interplay of foreground and background color. In our case, there is too much blue. To get rid of it, go to Filter, Render, click on different clouds. I went ahead and applied 3 more instances of the different clouds. To do that, press Ctrl-Alt-F, Command Option F on a Mac, 3 times in a row. Go to File, click on Save. Let us switch back to our composition in progress. And you can see our letters have updated. Next, let us reflect the water into the text. Press M for the rectangular marquee tool. Go to the layers panel. Click on the water layer to make it active. Let me zoom out. I will highlight from here. Set above where the letter meets. Tool on there. Press Ctrl-Alt-J, Command-Option-J on mark to jump the selection into a new layer. Call it Reflection. Click OK. Drag it to the top. Let us convert it to Smart Object so that we can apply some transformation. Right-click on empty area of the layer. Click on Convert to Smart Object. Press Ctrl-T, Command-T on mark to switch to Fill Transform mode. Drag the bottom center point. Go to the control bar. Click at the bottom reference point. Change the height to -80. Press Enter twice to apply the change. Let us clip the reflection inside the letters. If you look closely, you'll notice the highlights in the reflection are seen through the letters. We need a reflection whereby the highlights doesn't feel as if they're seen through, so that it appears as a reflection. To do that, we'll apply some few effects. But if we apply it here, it will only work on the top letters and on the bottom. So let us take our reflection layer inside a smart object. Right click on an empty area of the reflection layer. Click on duplicate layer. Under document, choose deep blue copy, which is our smart object. Click OK. Let's check our smart object. And here you can find our reflection layer. Go back to our composition in progress. Get rid of the reflection layer by placing backspace, delete on mark. Let us switch to the smart object. Place Ctrl T, Command T on mark. Here you can see our reflection layer is not well aligned. Let me place escape to get out of the free transform mode. To align our reflection layer to the center, press Ctrl A, Command A on mark to select everything. Switch to the move tool by placing V. Go to the control bar. Click on align bottom edges. And also click on align horizontal centers. Press Ctrl D, Command D on mark to deselect. And that aligns our reflection layer perfectly. Press M to switch back to selection tool. Press 5, change the layer opacity to 50%. Change its blend mode to screen. So let us apply some fade since the transition is ending abruptly right here. We'll do that using a layer mask. Go to the bottom of the layers panel. Click on the add layer mask icon. Press D for default foreground and background colors. Press G for the gradient tool. Choose a foreground background gradient. Hold on Shift and drag the gradient from top. Next, let us drop some black in our reflection so that it is much lighter. Double click on an empty layer of the reflection layer. Go to current layer, hold Alt, Option mark, and drag the right half of the black triangle until the value after the stroke is 100. Click OK. Press Ctrl S, Command S on mark to save. Let us switch back to composition in progress. And there we have our reflection. One more thing, let us change the blend mode of the reflected letters. Click on the reflected letters and change the blend mode to luminosity. That will make the layer lighter. Let me press F a couple of times to switch to full screen mode. And there we have it, how to reflect watermark into type in Photoshop. That's it for today. Like, share, and consider subscribing to our channel so that you don't miss out on our next episode.